Welcome back, everybody, to another Digital Gate Studios production. We got another great deck profile from our guy Jacob over here.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Today I'm showing you kind of a fun mix between the EX3 Imperialdramon stuff, and it's just super fun, and kind of just mixing that in with Agubond.
Ooh, so, spicy. BT6? Yeah, BT6.
Yeah, it's kind of a throwback on that. On the last Imperial video we did, I was like, there's no reason to play purple. I said that. Those were my exact words. Sorry, no reason to play red base. And then I was like kind of looking. I was like, well, maybe there is something out there.
Yeah.
And I kind of found this, and I settled on it, and I tried it out. And it was a lot of fun because you got, the two engines going. They kind of work together in some aspects.
Yeah. And
they also work separately. So if you're missing pieces for one, you might have the other, and so on.
Yeah, it's a fun one to play against for sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right, let's get into it. So for our eggs, we are playing Imerialdramon.
Ooh.
I don't know a lot about red, but I do know we like power. And this one says if you have a tamer, get plus 1k on your turn. We're playing tamers, so this is the one we're going with for that. Unfortunately, there's not really any good draw eggs because we're not focusing on like Greymons or anything like that. So we're just going for the power because other than the if you're 6k or more draw, which I did consider. I just don't think you're going to get the enough draw off of that to be worth it.
Yeah.
All right, then getting into rookies, we're playing 3 and 3 of Vmon and Wormmon.
Okay, so there's that Imperial engine. Yeah.
Yep. So this is going to be a lot of your main ways of getting pieces in the trash for the combo.
Okay.
Vmon discarding from hand, Wormmon from deck. It's one of those things you'd like to go, a little bit deeper on them, 4 and 4, 4 and 3, but room's kind of tight on our rookies. Just so we have to play enough Agumons to run the other engines. So there have been times where it's like, I wish there was like 1 or 2 more, especially trying to get the free plays from the deletion triggers. But typically 3's been working pretty well. So
nice.
4's worth trying if you can find the space. And then we got 4 copies of our Agumon for the bond.
Okay.
Lets you gain memory when you play tie, and scary attack if it's bond of bravery. So it's just good to go with that there. Then we're playing 3 of the your turn plus 1k Agumon.
Starters, yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong with the power. None of the other Agumons really seem that worth it, besides maybe the Tamer Search one. But, I mean, even that, it's like, worst case scenario, your Imperial stack's 1 bigger here. It's just worth doing, and it makes it so you can more reliably swing with your, your level 4s or your 5s even. Speaking of 4s, let's get into those. We're playing 4 Shadramon and 4 Flamedramon.
Okay.
This is to go for the Imperialdramon package. Even though this is purple, it can go on any of the reds, and this being red can go even on our purples. So even 2 Agumons can make an Imperial here. You don't have to use the Wormmon and the Vmon. They're just really nice for the abilities. So we're just 4 and 4 on those. Then we're playing 1 more copy of an Agunimon.
Ooh, Goonie for game.
Yep, this is a Goonie for game. Honestly, would love to see a second of this, but it's tight as it is. So we're going with 1. Goonie for game, or, push out a Shadramon from raising a Goonie on a tamer, make that a DNA combo.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Right,
That's
you got a lot of options with it. Flexible. The only hard part is sometimes you're just missing the tamers.
Yeah.
But never a bad card to have your hybrids, so definitely playing that. For 5s, we're playing 4 and 4, Dino B and Imperialdramon.
Yeah, that's the heart and soul of that.
Heart and soul. We're playing basically all the pieces for the Imperial, and then just throwing in a little bit of bond stuff, to kind of complement it.
Yeah.
So 4 and 4 just for consistency's sake, and I mean, worst case scenario, these are pretty decent stacks on their own. With the right inheritables, these are going to be swinging for 10 or 11 pretty consistently.
Gotcha.
And then we have 4 copies of Imperialdramon Dragon Mode and 2 of the Fighter Mode. Dragon Mode you really need for the, try to get the DNA, the deletion, the blitz, the security attack effects. The Fighter Mode you really like to have the piercing and stop the security effects. Not as necessary, so that's why we're only playing 2, is to just kind of free up some room for other stuff. But, I mean, it's just such a strong combo, and if you haven't seen our video of the purple base, it just so consistently gets to that that fighter mode as quickly and just aggressively. So
Yeah.
if you want to see the more combo intensive, check out that video. This one's kind of more of a fun build, but it does work pretty well.
Yeah.
Last of our Digimon, we have 3 Bond of Braveries.
There they are.
Yep, so whole point of the deck is you can either warp from your Agumons into Bond of Bravery. You can even put these on top of your Imperialdramons. There's a lot you can really do with it. I've definitely done that before.
Yeah, when you get that out, it's nasty.
Yep. So, been a while since this card came out. So when it attacks, you can delete a 13,000 DP or less as long as you have a tamer.
Yep.
And then when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you trash top card their security. So
That had to be one of the first cards that trash security.
I think as far as I know, it was
Pretty. I mean, let us know in the comments what was before that.
as far as I know, yeah. It was
First Digimon that trash security.
Because I remember, it was such a good effect, but now there's so many things that do it. It's maybe not as worth it.
Yeah.
But for this case, we want to be more rookie heavy so we can, have our 2 rookies go into Imperial. And, in red rookies, Agumon into the Bond of Bravery as an alternate route just made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some tamers.
Let's talk.
Playing Bond of Bravery, obviously we got to play its tamer, so we're playing 4 copies of the Taikamiya.
There he is.
You're promoting your Agumons, getting the draw on the memory, which is honestly really nice even if you're going for the Imperialdramon side, because you're getting that extra memory, that extra draw, just to get your engine going. And so, this tamer, just using Agumons alone, just buffs the consistency of this deck way more than you'd expect.
Yeah.
And
it's a tamer effect, so it's like,
right.
so you're going to get that memory and there's nothing your opponent can do about it.
Yeah. And even the cards in hand. The other nice thing is you can warp from your Agumons to your Bond of Braveries with it. And then you can, get that swing, trash their security, delete a Digimon, get those extra security punches. It's all about the aggro there. We go with that 1 copy of the BT1 tie. This is just 3-setter. Always love to have those. And security attack +1 for your Imperials, your Imperialdramon Dino Bees. Not always the bond unless it's on top of a stack. But, that extra check off the Imperial or even off your level 5s after you DNA them is just... And then we have 3 copies of Analog Youth. This is the other
best
way.
boy.
Yeah, other way of getting your pieces in trash, your level 4s and your level 5s, which you need for the combo. Additionally, the memory gain can be nice. They're cheap, search. Just got to be careful with these because Death X will really
bite
hurt
you
with this many tamers. So just be wary of that. Deck plays a lot of rookies and a lot of tamers, so Death X does hurt. But there's nothing you can do about it sometimes besides just sit on these in hands.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for red, there's just no other way of getting your pieces in your trash besides playing more Vmons and Wormmons, and that's also just going to cheapen their Death X.
Yeah, it's the same thing, yeah.
There's no draw trash like we had in purples.
Gotcha.
That's kind of the trade-off for that. And then we just got a couple more cards. We got 2 copies of Fireball.
Here's your draw.
And 1 copy of Crimson Blade. Fireball, great card draw, great rookie removal. Not a lot you need to say about that. We don't have a lot of memory gain. I don't think we have any outside of our tamers, so we're not worried about memory deniers, and we don't really reduce play costs. But it's nice to be able to kind of stop some of their aggression. More importantly is the draw, too. You want to have cards for this deck. There'll be times, you're like, if I had the bond, I could do stuff, and you're just digging for it.
You kill all my Vmons with that thing, too.
Yeah, the jamming Vmons, they hate it. And then the 1 Crimson Blaze, same thing. It's good against, going wide decks. Could be a Gaia Force, not a bad call. That's all personal preference.
Fantastic against Mechanorimon.
Oh, yeah. Yep, and D-Brigade.
D-Brigade, yeah. The list goes on. It's a great card.
Against, a lot of the purple, like Minerva Loops or the Hydramon. Can't play by effects, and they're trying to go wide anyway. Definitely shuts that stuff down. Definitely a good card to consider. If you don't have any of those in your meta, could be a Gaia Force. But yeah, that's the list. What do you think?
I love it, man. It is so creative and so much fun to see. Especially, when you get that Agubond out, it is almost game over.
It's funny because, if it's the first time someone's seen it, they're just like, oh, red base Imperial, and they hit a tie in security, you push out an Agumon, say Bond, and they're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
People are like, I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's a good gotcha stuff.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Well, thanks for showing it off. And we have gameplay videos of it against a couple different decks in the can already. So we're going to try and get those out to you as soon as possible. But thanks for watching, guys.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.